We've curated 40 questions to test your general knowledge, so if you're feeling quizzical, then let's go. Long Walk to Freedom is the autobiography of which activist and politician? Is it Jesse Jackson, Nelson Mandela, or is it Martin Luther King Jr.? The answer is Nelson Mandela. In music, what note is written on the middle line of the treble clef? Is it C, A, or B? The answer is B. What is the largest muscle in the human body? Is it the quadriceps, the hamstrings, or is it the gluteus maximus? The answer is the gluteus maximus. Known for her self-portraits, where was the artist Frida Kahlo from? Was it Mexico, Argentina, or Brazil? She was from Mexico. In a court battle with Apple, Samsung claimed that director Stanley Kubrick came up with what device? In the movie 2001, A Space Odyssey. Was it a tablet computer, a smartphone, or was it a Wi-Fi router? The answer is a tablet computer. What material was commonly used in the Bronze Age? Was it stone, iron, or bronze? Well, seeing that the Bronze Age derives its name from the widespread use of bronze to make tools and weapons, the answer inherently is bronze. Question 7, and staying in the Bronze Age. What did Bronze Age people trade in addition to bronze items? Was it wool and textiles, gold and silver, or maybe they traded stocks and shares? The answer is A, wool and textiles. What is the only country in the world with 3 official capital cities, executive, judicial, and legislative? Is it South Africa, the Netherlands, or Malaysia? With Pretoria as the administrative and the executive capital, Cape Town as the legislative capital, and Bloemfontein as its judicial capital, the answer is A, South Africa. Which is the hottest planet in our solar system? Is it the Earth, Mercury, or Venus? The answer is Venus. According to the Bible, on what day did God create the sun, the moon, and the stars? Was it the 3rd day, the 4th day, or was it the 5th day? The answer is the 4th day. What is the name of the 3-headed dog with a dragon's tail that guards the entrance to the underworld in Greek mythology? Is it Arachne, Medusa, or Cerberus? The answer is Cerberus. What is the traditional drink after an Indy 500? Is it milk, champagne, or wine? The answer is milk. In that other pinnacle of motorsport, what is the traditional drink after a Formula One Grand Prix? Is it milk, champagne, or wine? They spray and drink champagne on the podium after a Formula One Grand Prix. Which mountain range is located in Africa? Is it the Alps, the Andes, or the Atlas Mountains? The answer is the Atlas Mountains. Which gas do plants absorb from the atmosphere during photosynthesis? Is it oxygen, nitrogen, or carbon dioxide? The answer is carbon dioxide. What is the term for a group of stars forming a recognizable pattern in the night sky? Is it a cluster, a constellation, or is it a nebula? The answer is a constellation. Who painted the 15th century mural, The Last Supper? Was it Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, or Donatello? The answer is Leonardo da Vinci. Who has won more Grand Slam tennis titles? Is it Serena Williams, Roger Federer, or is it Rafael Nadal? With a grand total of 23, the answer is A, Serena Williams. Roger Federer ended his career with 20, and Rafael Nadal finished with 22. Paris, with a population of roughly 2.2 million people, is France's largest city, but what is its second largest? Is it Toulouse, Marseille, or Lyon? With a population of around 862,000, the answer is B, Marseille. Where is the only place penguins are found north of the equator? Is it the Galapagos Islands, Madagascar, or Borneo? The answer is the Galapagos Islands. In medieval times, what was a mangonel used for? Was it torture, hunting, or launching missiles? A mangonel was effectively a siege engine, so the answer is C, launching missiles. In what year did the French Revolution start? Was it 1787, 1788, or 1789? The French Revolution began in 1789. A flashpoint of the French Revolution was the storming of a Paris prison by insurgents on the 14th of July, 1789. But what was the name of that prison? Was it the Conciergerie, the Bastille, or was it La Santé? The French Revolution started with the storming of the Bastille, so the answer is B, the Bastille. How did ancient Egyptians store their food and water? Was it in huge pottery jars, leather bags, or did they store it in wooden barrels? The ancient Egyptians stored their food and water in huge pottery jars. What is generally known to be the tallest species of tree in the world? Is it the manna gum tree, the Californian redwood, or is it the noble fir tree? The answer is the Californian redwood. An 1894 painting by Cassius Coolidge depicts dogs playing which game? Are they playing dominoes, chess, or poker? The dogs are depicted playing poker. What female farm animal is called a nanny? Is it a sheep, a goat, or is it a cow? The answer is a goat. What term is given to someone who can use both their left hand and right hands with equal skill? Is it ambidextrous, omnidextrous, or unidextrous? The answer is A, ambidextrous. Which cells in the human body produce antibodies that bind to and neutralize pathogens? Is it R cells, B cells, or is it T cells? The answer is B cells. Bharat is an alternative name for which Asian country? Is it Pakistan, Bangladesh, or India? The answer is India. The Turing test is done on computers to test for what? Is it viruses, Trojans, or is it a test for artificial intelligence? The answer is C, artificial intelligence. What word might describe someone given to sudden changes of mood or behavior? Is it capricious, eccentric, or skittish? The answer is capricious. What is the smallest unit of matter? Is it an atom, a cell, or a molecule? The answer is an atom. The fall of the Western Roman Empire, also called the Fall of Rome, occurred in which year? Was it 376, 476, or was it 576? The answer is 476. Colombo City is found in which country? Is it Colombia, Ecuador, or is it Sri Lanka? The answer is Sri Lanka. The first ever Marvel comic was released in which decade? Was it the 1930s, the 1940s, or was it in the 1960s? The answer is the 1930s. Hattie McDaniel was the first African American to win an Oscar. But with which film did she win? Was it Showboat, The Philadelphia Story, or was it Gone with the Wind? The answer is Gone with the Wind. What governmental position have Madeleine Albright, Condoleezza Rice, and Hillary Clinton all held in the United States? Is it Vice President, Secretary of State, or is it Secretary of Homeland Security? The answer is Secretary of State. The penultimate question. Question 39. What fruit is traditionally put inside a Christmas stocking? Is it an apple, a pear, or an orange? The answer is an orange or a tangerine. And the final question then. Which gas do humans exhale? Is it carbon dioxide, nitrogen, or is it oxygen? And the answer to the final question is A, carbon dioxide. So there you go, the end of the Quizzical 40. And if you've managed to get between 30 and 40, then well done. We'll be curating a lot more quizzes in the future, so if you haven't done so already, then be sure to subscribe to our channel. And if you're not entirely quizzed out, then why not test yourself on the quiz that's on the screen now?